so since you all read the chapter over the summer, you should already know what biology is. But I'm going to give you a few objects right now, and I'm going to have you work in groups, 4 groups. You can kind of divide into 4 groups. This isn't a real worm. I don't have a real worm right now. It's in my class. I found one today in the garden. That's a worm. So pretend it does real worm-like things. This is a car. Pretend it does real car things. This is a car. Okay. So I want you to look at these objects and figure out if you think these objects are biology. So, is, whatever your object is, biology. So what would you need to know to figure out if that is biology or not? You probably need to know.
Is it alive?
Well, what is biology? We don't even know that yet. But yeah, basically. So what is biology? Yes?
The study of living things.
It is the study of living things. So now that we know that, excuse my handwriting, living things. So, now that we know what biology is, why don't we make a guess whether we think our objects are living things or not. Just a guess. Don't go crazy. Talk with your partner for a minute or 2. Is it biology?
Oh, it could be dead.
Could be dead.
No, that's live.
Oh.
Well, I mean, not the... It's a
No, it's
real
live.
live one.
He's happy.
It would be a happy.
He would have access
Okay.
over the eyes.
So your guesses. What are your guesses?
I think it's alive.
Worm? Think it's alive.
This is a car.
Car.
It's not alive.
Not alive. Okay. Thoughts?
Yes.
Yes.
The apple's alive.
Water.
You
Does
think
have
water
soul.
is because it's moving and it has bubbles and it's breathing?
Okay. All right. All right. So,
They're wrong.
before we
We're wrong.
take a second look at our objects, what type of criteria might we need to establish if we're trying to figure out something like this? Yes?
What makes a thing living?
What makes a thing living? Let's see, I don't have a lot of room here. Okay, we'll go over here. What makes a thing living? So, characteristics. This is probably a bad space for this, huh? Oh, that's okay. Characteristics of living things. What might some characteristics be? Who has a guess? Any old guess. Doesn't have to be right. Yes.
Need oxygen?
Needs oxygen. Okay. What else? Okay, no, okay. Not all living things. What about, okay, we won't go there. But, okay, that's a good thing. What else? Yes.
But like needs energy? Like
Energy. Okay, so it
oxygen
needs to
or-
consume something, use it as energy, and then it release something else as waste.
Yes.
Generally speaking. Okay. So now wouldn't a car do something like that?
Tricky.
So a car might be living, we
Cars
don't
must
know.
be living then.
So it obtains and uses fuel or energy. What else?
Yeah.
Any other guesses? Yes.
It can reproduce.
It can reproduce, yes. Reproduction.
Baby water.
Baby water. Baby cars. Small cars. Not sure if they're reproduced. Any other guesses? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
I'll help you out. Yes.
It has the capacity to grow.
Has the capacity to grow. Yes. Can grow. And develop. Any other guesses?
Can die.
Can die. Well, if it's alive, it's going to die at some point. But yeah. Good one. Any other guesses? Maybe. What are like the smallest parts of things that are alive?
Has cells.
Cells, yes. Contains cells. basic building blocks of life.
Yeah.
Everything that's alive has cells. Cars have cells?
No.
Probably not. Worms? Worms have cells? Apples?
Yeah.
Water?
No.
We're not even sure about the water. Okay. What about if I got scratched by something and then I would bleed, I'd be kind of,
Feel pain.
yeah, well, I guess not, they don't always feel pain, but reacting to a stimulus. So if something happened in the environment, if I cut that apple open, what would happen to it?
Oh, from where?
To burn. So, able to react to environment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, another one. We skipped all around. Okay, so along with the cells, what's the basic part of a cell?
Nucleus.
Okay, what's in the nucleus?
A
Electrons.
little protein.
Yes, DNA. Genetic material. Genetic material.
Dumbest class ever.
What?
Dumbest class ever.
I think we have one more, don't we? No.
Electrons?
Yes. Well, electrons, but things that have electrons aren't necessarily alive. I.e. water and cars.
Like history.
Okay, so now that we made our guesses, since we did a little research over here, this is a terrible little squiggly thing, now we can, so we collected some data, and now we can make a more educated decision about what our object is. So now that you know what makes a living thing, is your worm alive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is your car alive?
No.
No. Apple? Yes. Water?
No.
Essential for life, but not alive itself. So, we have made our conclusions. And so, all this whole time, we had a problem. We made a hypothesis about it. We made some observations. Collected data, blah, blah, blah. And then we formed a conclusion. What does this look like?
The scientific process.
Without even knowing, you guys did used the scientific method to do your experiments and make your conclusions. And that's what we'll be talking about next in our next lesson. Segue. That's it.